Hello, everyone. This is Itinerary Podcast by Trip Pursuit. I am Dishika and this is Salman. Today we have a very interesting guest with us. We have Marina. She has been working as a travel consultant and wine guide in Wild Memory. She is also a wine sommelier in Portugal. So let's hear from her.
Hello, Marina.
Hi. Hi. Nice to see you guys. Hi,
Uh,
everybody.
how are you, Marina?
I'm great. I'm great. It's not as hot in Portugal and as we used to, but
Yeah,
we are doing well.
great.
That's great.
So, Marina, previously we had a podcast about with another guest about Tuscany, and from there we got to know that Tuscany is a wine region, and some other regions in the world are in Portugal. So,
Oh, yeah.
why Portugal is this, special region of winery, or why Portugal?
I would say that all Portugal is a one great wine region. Why? Anyone who loves wines or interested in history of winemaking should visit this country.
Okay,
Portugal has 14 regions,
okay.
and we have 14 wine regions.
Oh,
Wow, that's
Not
vast.
every country, not every country can
yeah,
tell the same, right?
yeah.
So all these 14 wine regions
Mhm.
are
Yeah.
matched with the like normal regions, let's say. So in every our region, we produce in wine,
Mhm.
Okay.
and all of these wines are different. In
Oh,
every region,
yeah.
we have different terroirs.
Yeah.
So and every terroir wine are different. So any person can come here and
Yeah.
find the wine which he or her like. So it's really a wine destination.
Okay, so if I go to Tuscany, then this would be my next destination for sure.
Why not? And it's not far away.
Yeah,
So why not?
yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So, how would you explain the wine tourism in Portugal? Like, what is the unique based on what is unique based on different regions about the wines?
You saw a map of Portugal.
Yeah.
And by the way, I sent you the wine map of Portugal, so
Mhm.
you can show it to your
Oh,
to people who
yeah,
are looking
Yeah,
for
yeah.
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. So you can see that Portugal is from north to the south, and then you have all those regions, yes, and all wine regions with different kind of wines. And then we have islands,
Okay.
which is Madeira and
Yeah,
Açores.
I know
And
Madeira.
Madeira,
I know Madeira
yes,
because of
and
Manolo.
I believe almost. Oh, really? This is beautiful. This is a paradise. So
Yeah.
whatever, if you like wine or not, you have to go there.
Okay.
So on Madeira, we are doing Madeira wine, which is
Okay.
famous all over the world.
Mhm.
And then on Açores, we are doing pretty unique wines because we have volcan there.
Mhm.
So and their wines are just amazing. They're like mineral
Mm.
acid, but with good acidity. In good way, we are talking about good way, right? And this is a unique wines as well. So all over of Portugal, we are doing wine. Our history is, we are doing wine here like since ever.
Mhm.
It's proven that in this territory, we are producing wine more than 2,000 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
We have more than 250 types of Portugal grapes, which we are
oh,
using. So I'm sure you'll find some which you really like.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah. We are
yes.
doing all types of wine: white,
Mm.
red,
Mm.
rosé, sparkling wines. We are
Mhm.
doing brandies as well. By the way, this is an interesting fact.
Yes.
Maybe you heard that in all world there is
Yes.
only three demarcated region of brandy. It's cognac, everybody knows, France.
Okay.
Yeah.
Armagnac,
Okay.
everybody knows, France. And the third one, guess where?
Portugal.
Portugal.
Of course, in Portugal. It calls Lourinhã. Nobody knows it,
Mhm.
but if you really like this kind of drink,
Yes.
you should pass there and give a chance. And I'm
Okay.
sure you will be really surprised.
Okay.
Okay.
So, from my small research, I heard about the two special types of wines that are unique to Portugal. Those are Vinho Verde and Port wines. So, why are these special?
So this is about Vinho Verde. It's like hurts me all the time. So let's unpack this secret. There is
Yeah.
no Vinho Verde wine. It's not exist. There is
Okay.
a region
Mhm.
which calls Vinho Verde. And
Okay.
here we will stop about discussing why, because a lot of people think that Vinho Verde is like green wine, you know,
Yes.
young, a bit sparkling, light, and cheap.
Yes.
Okay,
So
but
is
that's
this
not correct.
green? So is this green?
No,
This is
no,
not
no,
green.
no, no, no.
Okay.
So let's understand one moment. There is no green wine. There is
Okay.
a region which calls Vinho Verde.
Okay.
If we translate it,
Yes.
okay, it will be green wines, okay?
Mhm.
But we do
Okay.
not translate names of the wine regions, okay? So in
Okay.
this region, we really have this kind of wine, which is light, white, fruity, a bit sparkling, and quite cheap. But as well, we have red wines, which is amazing, with
Yes.
a good, strong acidity.
Mm.
We have sparkling wines,
Mhm.
we have rosé, we have brandy, and we have very, very, very unique white type of grape, which calls Alvarinho.
Mhm.
And now I'm sure you will be surprised because from this type of grape, we are doing white wines,
Okay.
which could be aged in the bottle
Mhm.
over 15, 20, 25 years.
Oh.
So please remember this. This is very important. This is fine wines, not cheap.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Amazing grape, amazing wines, white wine, which can be, drunk for the birthday, 25th birthday of your son, for example.
Wow.
So in Portuguese region, Vinho
Yes.
Verde, we have all type of wines and
Okay.
such unique white wines which could be aged for a long, long time in the bottle.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So yes, this is a
So
unique region.
I can probably say that this one is as old as me.
You see, you might
Yeah.
find it. The truth is that we really started to invest in this grape and in this kind of white wine
Mhm.
not so long. Okay, so but it will be more and more popular, and I believe that our Albarino one day will be known all over the world. I really believe in this.
Yes.
Yes, it
Yes.
will.
Okay. So, if I visit Portugal, then should I start my journey from Vinho Verde or should I start from Porto or Lisbon?
This is so complicated question. I will tell you how I'm doing with my groups, okay?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
and then you can understand if it's good for you or not.
Yeah. Okay.
So when I have an request from the group or group leaders, which are asking me from where they should start, the first question I ask, where you will land it,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
So if you landed in Lisbon
Hmm.
and you have, let's say, only 7 days,
Hmm.
and you are really wine lovers, and for you is important to dive deep in culture, in
Mhm.
history, in different type of wines,
Yes.
I would advise you, even if our country is really, really small, not spend time on the road.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
In this case, if you're landing in Lisbon and this is your first time, and you're really asking, my advice,
Hmm.
we are starting from the Lisbon area and Alentejo. Okay, so
Okay.
Alentejo, it's a bit south of Lisbon. It's a huge wine region, maybe
Okay.
biggest one of Portugal.
Okay.
And again, it has different zones where you have completely different wines. Even if it's south, but you have completely different wines. Okay,
So
so
this is in south, right?
sorry.
And this
This
is
is
in
in south, on the south part of Portugal.
Yes. So you're
Okay.
flying to Lisbon, and it's south than Lisbon.
Okay.
Okay. So if you have 7 days, two regions, it's more than enough. If you don't want to run, if you don't want to rush, if you want to dive, if you want to feel, if you want to meet locals, which is
Yes.
our aim.
Yes.
If you want to interact with locals, if you want to have a real experience and not
Yes.
touristic running experience when you have no
Right.
time for anything.
Yeah.
And still 7 days for two regions. For me, I would do 10, but not everybody had that time. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Then if you want to do north,
Okay, so
Yeah.
we will do, as per your advice, we'll do two versions, one for 7 days and one for 10 days. So let's start with the 7 days, and then you can tell us if I have extra 3 days, then where we can go, right?
ah, it's quite complicated, you know, because I'm so in love with this. And
Yes.
Portuguese people, they're so warm and welcoming that I can assure you, you will not want to leave, you know, the region, the country, them, and the village. So imagine you're arriving to Lisbon. So let's talk about standard tour. Let's say standard, but still it's already very involved. So we are starting from Alentejo. We are trying to find a location where we can live in the middle of everything. And then we can go a bit north, a bit west, you know, closer to coast. Okay, depend on what you want to try and to see. Normally, I'm showing two main areas. It's an area where we're doing let's say clay wine. You know, we use a big amphoras. Do you know what is it?
No, we don't know.
Amphoras. I might send you some pictures of it.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's a big you know, like Greek and Romans, they were using it. You know, it's a big clay.
The vases.
Yes, let's say like this. So they can be from like small sizes to like huge, really.
Okay.
Okay. And in Alentejo, we have tradition of doing wines in them like more than 2,000 years.
Oh.
And this is really amazing. It's completely different type of wine, okay, with completely different notes, aromas. So aftertaste, it's very different. And I would say it's natural.
Okay.
It's traditional. So, and it's done in bigger wineries, but you have very small wineries which are doing it for like ever with different generations.
Yeah.
So you can meet the man who is like around 8 years old, and all his life he was doing this kind of wines.
Right.
So this is very nice and amazing, right? And then normally we are visiting a zone with, let's say, classic wines, okay, which is done like by standards of our days, okay. So you can compare and you can feel you like visiting Portugal in time machine, you know. You are coming back in let's say 100 years to the village.
Yes.
Talking to the people who are with their hands collect the wines, you know, and doing everything by the same technology last, I don't know, 60 years.
Yes.
And then you are moving to the big, more, let's say, more industrial wineries. with very modern technologies. Okay, so
Yes.
for this minimum, you should have like 4 days, let's say.
Okay. Okay. So 4 days here from we are starting from Lisbon. We are
You are just flying to Lisbon and straight we are moving to Alentejo.
okay. This is through land, right? This is through land, or are we taking
Yes,
a
yes, it's
cruise?
1 hour. It's 1 hour and a half, 1 hour,
Okay.
1 hour and a half driving with
Okay.
a car or a bus.
Okay.
So, and then you're in Alentejo. So you explore Alentejo, and then you can come back to the Lisbon, okay? And from Lisbon, you can visit several sub-regions, okay? So normally, what we are doing, we are visiting Colares. Colares, I suppose that very few people knows about it, but it's a very important region. It's like small, like really, really tiny.
Yes.
But it has one unique thing. It has vineyards with their own roots. I don't know if you know or not, but in the end of 19th century, the phylloxera came to the Europe. Phylloxera, it's a small, small little bug which came from USA.
Okay.
Okay, because of the ships were going and coming back for trading. So it came to the Europe, and our plants were not resistant to this bug. So this small, tiny bug killed almost all vineyards in the Europe. Can you imagine? Vineyards, businesses, it was just catastrophe. Like some winemakers just
That's so sad.
finish their life because of this, because they couldn't feed their kids, their families. It was just horrible, but this is a different story. And after like quite long time, like French people, French scientists, they found the solution. They took roots from the American grapes, and they insert, right? Or how do you call? Insert.
Yes.
They put in American root, European plant.
Okay.
And we are doing this till today. All Europe is doing this till today, from the end of 19th century. Can you imagine? Because we are afraid that phylloxera will wake up, because it's still in our land, and eat everything again. But there is several spots in Europe where you still can find vineyards with their own roots. So it's completely unique, as you understand. And one of these amazing spots, guess where? I believe you. In Portugal, of course, you know.
Yes. So this special region is called
Colares.
Colares.
Right.
Okay.
Colares.
We
It's
gotta
where
try that. We
Yeah,
really gotta try
the
that.
most unique wine, I guess. This is the most unique.
Yeah, it's very, 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 very little production.
Yes.
Wines are amazing. It's like Atlantic wines. Okay. There is two specific type of grades there. Malvasia and Remishko. Malvasia is white wine. White grape, and Remishko it's red grape. So you have to go there. If you're a wine lover, you have to go there.
Right.
So then from Lisbon, we can visit again like different small sub-region of the region of the we call it Grand Lisboa, Big Lisbon.
Okay.
Let's
So
say
we are on our, I guess, 5th day right now. Like 1 day in Lisbon, 2 days in Alentejo, and
no, it's like 3 days, 3 or 4 days
3
in
days. Okay,
Alentejo.
we are at day number 4.
Yeah, you are coming back to Lisbon, but sometimes you can stop, right, and just relax. So let's give people just 1 day just to see Lisbon, to walk and everything. So then we are going to Colares. It's a feast day. Then we can choose one of this of the sub-region in Lisbon. It's depend on what kind of the wine people likes, and maybe they want to visit something else. So we will do like a combination, right, of some wines and maybe some things. And then so it's one more day.
Okay.
6th and 7th we cannot leave Lisbon, flight away from Lisbon without visiting Setúbal. Setúbal is again one of yes. It's a bit south of Lisbon.
Okay.
And there you have our very special wines. They done from the grape which is known all over the world, which called in Portuguese muscatel or muscatel or muscat. I believe everybody knows it. It's very, very aromatic type of the grape. But what we are doing, we are stopping fermentation with alcohol. Okay. So and what's happened by stopping fermentation, we get a lot of sugar still in the wine, and of course a lot of alcohol. So let's say for you to understand what is it, it's kind of it's the same style as a port wine, but done from only one type of the grape. Okay, and then this grape could be this wine could be aged forever. Like forever, really. And if you're lucky, you could even try muscatel from 1901. But
great.
it's very expensive.
That has to come with it. That has to come with it.
Yes. And in the same region, we have one more type of the grape, which is muscatel rosso. And this is already our type of the grape. Okay. And from this muscatel, we are doing again muscatel wine with high alcohol and high quantity of the sugar, but which is already quite unique. So you have to come here and try it. And as well, you can find like classical wines, red, white. So of course, it's makes sense to come here.
Okay.
But I guess if I'm coming to Portugal for specific wine tour, I guess I'll go to the special wines only. Right.
Well, there is so many things to show you and to give you to taste here that, well, you will have to stay much long. So that's why it's quite difficult to choose. But we have to do this. So it's okay. But of course, we are showing the best from our region. So everybody are very happy.
Okay, so from my research, I heard about the Douro Valley. I don't know if So
it's amazing.
Did we include this in our itinerary of 7 days?
So I would tell you that the most people who are coming here for wine tours, they're coming for the Douro Valley, maybe 8%. Okay. So if you're coming exactly for that place, you can land in Porto or you can land in Lisbon. Doesn't matter. You can reach Douro Valley from any spot of the country. So from Lisbon, it would take around 3 hours driving there, or you can take train to go to Porto or bus. But anyway, from Porto you will.
Is this a local train or is this the TGV train or high-speed train?
This is well, it's not very high speed, let's say like this. So, but the minimum train would take 3 hours to get to Porto, and then you can have like a local train which takes you from Porto to some cities in that area. But I would advise to take a car. Then you will be able to move to more places. Okay. Douro Valley, I know people But of course, it's not the wine lovers. It's not people. I mean, you can visit Douro for one day. It's possible. A
Right.
lot of people are doing this,
Mhm.
but it's not a real wine tour. Okay, if you
Okay.
want to go there with a wine tour, you should take like 3-4 days as minimum, and you
Mhm.
should sleep there, because Douro Valley, it's a place where we have most wine hotels. They're amazing with different prices. Anyone can afford it. You know, there
Right.
is cheaper, there is more expensive, exclusive, luxury, etc. So doesn't matter how much you decide to spend there, you will
Yeah.
find the option for you to stay. It's okay.
Mhm.
So you can explore it for 3-4 days, I believe, or more if you have time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, we have this itinerary suggested by Marina, and this was quite eye-opening actually. So Marina, we talked about the Vinho Verde earlier, and I guess we didn't include the Vinho Verde in your suggested itinerary. So what to do about that?
So Vinho Verde,
Yeah.
this region is easier to visit
Yeah.
from the Porto again.
Mhm.
Okay.
So you can do together the Douro Valley, okay, and Vinhos Verdes. It will be quite logical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
So from so there we can already see that there are two types of tours, like the ones suggested by you that mostly consists of the southern part of Portugal, right?
So let's do this.
Okay.
How I always tell to my groups, okay?
Yeah.
If I'm living in the perfect world, and the only country which you would like to visit for wine tourism is a Portugal,
Yes.
I would suggest this way. Trip number one: you are flying to Lisbon,
Yes.
and you are visiting Lisbon area and
Okay.
south.
Okay.
okay.
Trip number two: you are
Okay.
flying to Lisbon, and you are visiting the central Portugal,
Mhm.
which is just amazing. Okay, there you can find Bairrada, there you can find Douro,
Okay.
there you can find tiny region of only sparkling wines.
Okay.
Oh, so these are special sparkling wines, right?
Area, exactly, it's amazing.
Okay.
It calls Tavara Varosa. Okay,
Okay.
Mhm.
so trip number three: you are coming, you landed in Porto, and you are visiting north.
Mhm.
Okay.
Trip number four: you but that's true. You're flying to Madeira.
Mhm.
7 days. Don't go there. Please don't go there for 3 or 4 days. Please don't
Uh-huh.
do this. 7 days to
So
Madeira.
7 days only for Madeira.
Yes, believe me.
Damn.
So that's a
7 days.
wholly other trip.
Exactly, because it's amazing. It's amazing. And you don't want, it's a big secret, okay? And don't tell anyone that I told you this. But when you are coming for wine tour, try to visit something else, not only wineries, right?
Yeah.
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 And you have so many beautiful places on Madeira. You will not believe your eyes. It's just breathtaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Breathtaking. Yeah.
it's like this. So it was
Oh.
what? Number four. Number four.
Yeah.
Madeira,
Number
7 days. Number five. I
Oh,
promise this is last one. This is last one. Azores.
uh,
Azores.
Açores.
This is Azores, yes.
Yeah.
Azores Islands.
Okay.
Mhm.
Some people compare it with New Zealand.
Mhm.
Oh.
It's a pure nature. It's just unbelievable volcanic islands.
Mhm.
Mm.
7 days
Again.
minimum 7 days minimum.
Okay, so I have the my trips of next 5 years booked here, I guess.
You are my perfect client. Thank you very
See,
much.
Portugal, I need at least a month, a whole month just for
Exactly.
Portugal.
And that's why I'm telling that Portugal, it's a country where you can always come back. It's tiny country, but on
Yeah.
every step you can find so much amazing things.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
the coolest that people are just amazing too.
Okay. Okay. So I have this very specific question. When visiting
Okay.
Portugal, should I go to Regua or should I go to Pinhal? I don't know if these are.
Regua
Yeah.
or Pinhal. It's so close to each other, you can go to both easily.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's
And
why take car.
okay,
Ah,
okay.
okay.
So can we include these two in our itinerary? Like any of the itineraries?
You will definitely include it when you are going to the trip number 2.
Okay.
Okay.
In the trip number 2. Okay. Okay. And are
When you are
there?
landing in Porto and taking car, you can easily, and you should
Mhm.
Okay.
visit these 2 cities, because this is, let's say, important points in Douro Valley trip.
Okay, okay. So Douro Valley trip. Okay. Okay. So these are also significant in wine tourism, right?
Yes,
This.
yes, yes, of course.
Okay. So could you shed some light on what should be our budget for the trip, like the itinerary you suggested?
No, I explain you why, because it's really possible to make
A
wine
minimum
tour to
amount, a
Portugal.
minimum amount.
So I will not tell you total amount. Okay,
Okay.
let's say this way. For example, you can have a wine tasting in Portugal starting from 10-15 euros.
Mhm.
Sometimes 8 euros, sometimes
Okay.
free of charge even,
Wow.
sometimes you can come and the owner just will give you the glass of wine, of some like small winery or something like this.
Mhm.
Portuguese, they are really, really nice and kind and welcome people. So, but it's normal to start wine tasting in Portugal, let's say 10-15 euros. Okay.
Mhm.
Yes.
For food, you can eat in Portugal on very different, places.
Yeah.
We have these very famous places which called Tashka. Tashka, it's tiny places where normally you don't have even tables. But nowadays, of course, you already have some tables, you can sit and
Mhm.
everything. But before, you wouldn't have even table. So people would come, eat something, and just go away. So there you can easily eat for I don't know, the plate could start from 6-7 euros.
Mhm.
So for 10 you can easily eat 15. Okay, so it's like a normal price to eat. Of course,
Mhm.
everything depends on the place. Yes,
Yeah.
we have a
Yes.
Michelin restaurants as well, but we are talking about
Yeah.
something very yeah.
Budget trip.
So yes, the bus from Lisbon to Porto could cost 15-20 euros.
Okay.
Train would cost you from Lisbon to Porto, normal price about 30-35 euros.
Okay.
And if you would buy in advance, you
Mhm.
would have discount. I don't remember how much, but almost half of the price.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
discount you have if you are buying till 2 weeks
Hmm. Okay.
from your date. Okay, so something like this. What else?
So yeah, about the budget thing. You were talking about, the rent, car renting. Car renting would take how much you said?
So car renting, it depends on the season.
Okay.
Okay, so I mean, if I will tell you this price now, I'm sure that nobody will find it anymore. But it was a case. I was renting myself car here for my client, and it
Mhm.
took me. I paid 50 euros for the 6 days or something like this. So sometimes you can find very cheap, and it was automatic car. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
So the price of car renting depends on the season,
Hmm.
what type of car you are renting, and which kind of, how you call it, this manual or automatic you want. I
Oh.
want on automatic.
Okay.
So normally
Okay.
automatic is more expensive.
Okay, so while doing this trip in Portugal, what would you prefer, cars or cruise?
You can do both.
Mhm.
For example, by Douro,
Hmm.
you can take a cruise for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. It's
Okay.
possible. You can really check this possibility. And I had a group of Americans
Hmm.
with who we did. We started actually from Spain.
Mhm.
Okay.
Then we went down till the Douro. Then I sent them to cruise for 3 days.
Okay.
Then they came back to the Porto. We
Mhm.
picked them up with a bus, and then we finished in Lisbon with a bus.
Mhm.
Okay,
Oh,
so you can do both. It depends on your taste, how you like it. Of course, when you are in with your own car
Mhm.
or
yes.
with guide with a car, you are more flexible. You can reach any point you want of the country, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
But in the same time, you probably would like to relax, to sit, to view, to see those beautiful views, okay, which is,
Yes.
by the way, protected by UNESCO.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
And yeah, Douro Valley. And just spend your time this way, calm, without driving, and that's well too. Anything we can do, you can do here. Anything, believe me.
Yeah. So you're recommending traveling by car. I also
I'm
that's
I'm recommending traveling to Portugal. That I definitely recommend.
that's obviously.
And then you can
Mhm.
choose the way
Yeah.
which you like, which is more comfortable for you, and
Mhm.
which you can afford.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay,
Okay.
so since we already mentioned the season, so what time of the year should I visit Portugal for the wine tasting?
I would put the question a bit different. What time
Mhm.
of year you shouldn't, if it's
Oh,
possible,
Oh,
okay?
okay.
okay.
So I definitely not recommend you to come to Portugal in August,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So
especially
what's the
south.
reason?
Forget
So
a
that's
lot
the
of people, a
Okay.
yeah.
lot of people, and a lot of Portuguese companies in August, they have holidays. They
Mm-hmm.
just
Oh,
closed. So
Yeah.
oh,
all people, even Portuguese people who are on holidays, they have to do something.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's
they,
possible that they will spend their holidays in the same place where you spend. I
oh,
mean,
yeah.
the people itself, it's not a problem because people are super nice, they're on holidays, everybody happy, But when you are alone, when the roads are clean, when there is nothing around, when you nobody around, when you can, dedicate yourself to this beautiful nature,
Yes.
it's completely different. It
Okay.
looks like all this world is only for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So August, I would suggest if you have an option not to come.
Okay.
Okay.
Then the problem months could be November
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
and February. Why?
Okay.
Because of the weather. I
Yeah.
mean, the Portugal is the country where you can travel even with rain, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
we even did a very nice walking tour with transparent umbrellas. So suddenly
Oh,
it was raining, and I went to the shop, and I bought
yeah.
for each one, like like umbrellas
Trust me.
like this. So we were
Yeah.
walking. It was kind of romantic as well.
Yeah.
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 But be full of water. In the same time, this year and last year, temperature and in general weather conditions changing so much that
Yeah.
it's already difficult to
Mm-hmm.
advise anything according to this.
Yeah.
So, but in general,
Yeah.
it was like this during many years.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So, when visiting Portugal, we are starting from Lisbon to the other places from south to north. So, what about the accommodation process? Where should I stay? What kind of places should I, for a budget-friendly trip? Where should I stay?
Should I go for Airbnb or should I go for, the hotels, or is there anything local, supported by locals?
No. No. Yeah, you use normally people use bookings
Okay.
and Airbnb. Sometimes you can find the same places in both platforms. And you have pretty big choice according different budgets. And for example, it's very difficult to advise because on my experience, I can see that there are people who prefer to live in apartment, and there are people, tourists, who prefer to live in hotels.
Right.
There are people, especially young people, who wants to connect with others, who prefer to live in hostel.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So when I'm advising a hotel for my clients, I'm always asking two main questions. It's a budget and type of accommodation they prefer.
Okay.
And since then, I can try to choose something, because you have so many options that it's like really difficult to advise something.
Yeah.
So if you have already your budget planned and the type of accommodation you like, that's pretty much easier.
Okay, so we have covered when to visit, we have covered where to visit. Now comes the big question. How friendly is Portugal towards, let's say that solo female travelers? How safe is it, or the overall safety of, of these tours? While going with you, I guess I believe that's safe. That's safe. But what about, when I'm going alone or I'm doing something alone? How safe is it?
I believe, and I think I'm not mistaken, that Portugal, in general, one of the safest country in Europe.
Oh.
And this is one of the reasons why we are not only visiting by tourists, why we are becoming destination to live, one of the popular destination to live.
Yes.
So now a lot of people are moving to Portugal, and I know it because part of our business, we have a company.
Yes.
And one of directions of our business, it's relocation here. So we have a lot of requests, not only from tourists, but from people who wants to come and to live here. Okay.
Yes, I have heard about the Portugal freelancing visa, or the long stay visa. I have heard about these things.
Yeah. If you want once, we can talk about this as well, because I know everything about that.
Yes.
So let's come back to our tourism stuff. So why it's happened? Because one of the reason is that the Portugal is one of the safest country in Europe. You really feel cool here. You're not afraid to be robbed. Of course, it can happen in city center. Somebody, steal your wallet, but that's why your backpack should be in front. The pockets are closed, so it's normal. What else I would advise? Do not leave anything inside your car. Put everything in boot, because again, what can happen? Somebody can break the window and take your things. These small moments, they can happen.
Yes.
But nothing can happen bad, really. And of course, don't drink too much while you're driving.
Yes.
That's why use our service.
Yes. So our audience, if you're watching this, if you decide to go to Portugal, please do contact with Marina. I believe that she's an excellent guide, and she can make your trip worthwhile while visiting in Portugal.
She's an amazing person as well.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So Marina, our one last question is that, how is Portugal, the food culture of Portugal? Like, I have wine, and what can I do to, match my food with wines, the different types of wine I am.
So I have a great news for you.
We can tell that this is your favorite topic.
Yes, that's true. So, and I have a great news for you, that you don't need to do anything.
Okay.
Everything is done for you. So let's come back to our beginning. We have 14 regions in Portugal.
Yes.
And this 14 region is totally matched wine regions of Portugal.
Yes.
And all these, every single region has their own cuisine, let's say like this, or their own specialty.
Right.
So
Okay.
there is nothing better than coming to the local restaurant, take a local wine, and just ask, what is your local type of the dish or food, or what you advise?
Right.
Okay.
So the wine world cannot exist without the food. As for some people like me, the food
Yes.
already cannot exist without wine. So that's why all parents normally in any wine country, in any wine region,
Yes.
already done. Most of the local wines would go well with local food, and
Oh,
vice versa. So when
okay.
you are going to I don't know, let's say Coimbra, they have that dish which I love. I'm sorry for vegetarian person who are listening for me now, but it's an old goat, cabra, goat,
Oh,
old
goat.
goat,
Yes, yes, yes.
which was marinated in wine
Oh,
and spent in oven like 5, 6, 7 hours.
oh,
And then, of course, you eat it with a red local wine, let's say like this, from that area, and it's just amazing. And you have a lot of variants, a lot. Local wine, local food. This is the best pairing.
Amazing. Best combo.
okay, okay. So our food is sorted, our recommendation is sorted, our guide is sorted.
We just need to go.
Great.
We just need to go.
Yeah. Everybody remember that you have to visit Portugal minimum 5 times, right?
Yeah, minimum 5 times. Yes, of course. Yes. So yeah, I believe that if I go there someday, I believe that Marina will guide me towards all the regions. And yes, I'm really excited about visiting Portugal right now. Okay.
It's amazing
so,
country. Doesn't matter if you visit it with me or
Yeah.
without me. It's amazing country with amazing people, and you for sure you will want to be back.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So do we have any more questions left?
I don't think so. We're all
You
okay.
want to ask about shoppings or anything, like you were shopping?
Right. Shopping. What shopping Portugal?
So we are very good in leather. We are very good in cork stuff. So do you know what is cork, right? We have those trees which we use to produce cork for the wines.
Oh,
Okay.
corks. We
Yeah.
Yeah, but nowadays from the same material, which is ecologic, we are doing a lot of things like bags, backpacks, small wallets,
Yes.
shoes,
Yes.
and
Sure.
even some kind of clothing, but like not a lot. So then we have some brands which are really nice. And north of Portugal, you have a lot of factories who produce fabrics.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we are very good in this as well. Of course, wine, but this you already got, right?
Yeah.
Cheeses.
Cheese. Yes.
2 of Portuguese cheeses are in the best cheeses of the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
From 2022. And don't forget that we are a tiny country, so it's already very good. And what else? And by the way, nowadays it's becoming more and more popular. Different type of how you call it, designer things, to decorate your apartments. Okay. So we have young and famous already designers, Portuguese designers, who are doing this kind of products. So I know that a lot of interior designers are using Portuguese stuff. I don't really know how you call it. It's like things for lighting. Like
Yes,
furniture as well.
Yes.
So, but it's already
Uh,
big sizes.
yeah. Okay. Okay. So I missed out a question, one last question, and I promise this is the last question.
Okay.
Okay. So could you describe the Portuguese nightlife to us? Like, how is the nightlife and everything?
So you have it in big cities,
Okay.
definitely. Okay. So in small villages,
Not so
forget.
much. Okay.
Yeah. So when you're going to Porto or you're going to Lisbon, especially to Lisbon,
Mm.
there is some parts of the city which just never sleep.
Okay.
So in Lisbon, this is Bairro Alto, for example, and normally you're going to dinner, okay, and you're started to eat around 8 till 10, let's say. At 10 you can go to Bairro Alto to drink something, and this street is active till 2 a.m. And then you can move a nightclub, where you can party till 6 a.m.
Oh, I like that.
So so it's quite active, but you can find it in big cities, of course.
Okay.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay, okay. So I guess, yeah, that was all about the questions I had. And yeah, as I said earlier, I'm really excited to visit Portugal. And yeah, let's plan something soon.
For sure.
Okay,
Great, great. I'll be waiting for you.
sure.
Yes, of course.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
so we are at the end of the podcast.
Podcast.
We were here with Marina and we were discussing about Portugal. We are
That-
also focusing on many countries in the world. So if you want to know more about itineraries, traveling, do subscribe to our channel. We are Itinerary Podcast by Trip Pursuit. Again, this is Dishika, this is Rahi, and we've been here with Marina.
Okay. Goodbye,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.